Heated confrontation after a second-round match at the U.S. Open here in New York. After Jelena Ostapenko lost to Taylor Townsend, the two exchanging sharp words. Townsend saying Ostapenko accusing her of having no class and no education. ABC's Matt Rivers has more.
Just days ago, the U.S. Open gave fans a shock. A powerful match ended with tension at the net and word spread that stunned the tennis world. The story grew bigger than the game itself, and now an unexpected apology has turned all eyes back on court. Stay tuned for the full story and hit subscribe so you never miss the latest tennis updates. On August 27th, Taylor Townsend defeated Jelena Ostapenko in straight sets, 7-5, 6-1, in their second-round match. It was a decisive performance by Townsend, who has been gaining recognition for her resurgence on the tour and her position as the world's #1 doubles player. Yet, instead of the usual handshake and respectful exchange at the net, the moment turned tense. The incident centered around a single point that took place during the match. Townsend won a rally after her shot clipped the net cord and bounced over for a winner. In tennis, it is not uncommon for players to acknowledge such points with a gesture or an apology, though it is not required by the rules. Ostapenko expected that gesture from Townsend, but when it did not come, frustrations spilled over. At the net, Ostapenko accused Townsend of showing no class and no education. Those remarks were caught on camera and quickly spread across social media, sparking widespread criticism. The language raised serious concerns, particularly as Townsend is black and plays in a sport where representation and respect are under constant discussion. Townsend addressed the situation calmly afterward. She explained that there had been no personal animosity between the two players before the match, and attributed Ostapenko's comments to her disappointment in the loss. Townsend made clear that while she understood emotions can run high, respect should never be compromised. She also emphasized that one player's expectations cannot be imposed on another, calling the situation a lesson in boundaries and mutual respect. Reaction from the wider tennis community came swiftly. Fans, analysts, and players weighed in, many highlighting the potential racial undertones of Ostapenko's words. Former Grand Slam champions also expressed concern, with some describing the phrasing as deeply problematic within the context of the sport. The debate over etiquette, respect, and cultural context dominated conversations both inside and outside tennis circles. Amid the growing backlash, Jelena Ostapenko issued a public apology 2 days later. Taking to social media, she explained that English is not her first language and clarified that her comment about education referred to tennis etiquette rather than intelligence or academic background. She stated that her words had been misunderstood and acknowledged the wider offense they caused. Ostapenko added that she intends to learn from the incident, improve how she communicates, and ensure that her competitive emotions do not translate into personal remarks. Taylor Townsend responded with composure to the apology. In her statement, she accepted it by saying, "That's fine, that's cool," but reinforced her earlier point that players should not impose their personal expectations on others during competition. Her reaction highlighted her focus on moving forward rather than escalating the issue further. The controversy has, in many ways, placed even greater attention on Townsend's remarkable run at this year's U.S. Open. Ranked #1 in doubles as of late July, she has been performing strongly in both singles and doubles, demonstrating her growth as a player and her resilience in handling challenges both on and off the court. Many fans and commentators have praised her professionalism in addressing the situation without allowing it to overshadow her success. At the same time, the episode has reignited conversations about sportsmanship and unwritten rules in tennis. While the sport's official regulations do not require apologies for net cord winners, traditions and etiquette often shape how players are expected to behave. The handshake at the net, the acknowledgement of lucky points, and other small gestures are part of tennis culture. But when these unwritten rules clash with individual approaches, tensions can flare. This incident serves as a reminder of how fragile those traditions can be, especially under the spotlight of a Grand Slam. It also underscores how language, cultural differences, and heightened emotions can combine to create situations with far-reaching consequences. In the end, Jelena Ostapenko's apology and Taylor Townsend's dignified response may help the sport move past the controversy, but the episode will likely remain a reference point in future discussions about respect and etiquette in tennis. For Taylor Townsend, the moment appears to have only reinforced her standing as a player admired not only for her athletic ability, but also for her measured and respectful handling of conflict. The U.S. Open continues, with Townsend still in contention and looking to build on her momentum. For Ostapenko, the focus will now turn to her performance on the court and to ensuring that her words and actions reflect the competitive spirit of the game without crossing the line of personal respect. This controversy has already made the 2025 U.S. Open one of the most talked about tournaments in recent years, showing that in tennis, as in all sports, moments of tension can spark debates that extend far beyond the baseline.